It's, ooh, interesting. Yeah. The water's a little colder than I thought it was going to be. I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, don't mind the sound. My father and my mom are about to take my nephews on for a little boat ride. But it's good for me because I can actually do my video in peace. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't mind having my nephews here, obviously. It's just, my brother's kind of a private person. And he would hate it if, for whatever reason, somehow one of my nephews got in, like, my video. I mean, he's already have a few gripes about me saying their names on camera, and I've only ever done that twice, ever. You know, on day 1000, day 2000, so you can only imagine. Let me put this on. Get myself all nice and dry. I like being nice and dry. Nice and dry. There we go. There we go. Nice and dry. Now let me wrap this around here. This little fancy looking towel dress thing I'm doing. And here we go. So, let's see. What would be my low, my high, my act of kindness? Well, for starters, I should say happy Labor Day, everyone. You know, happy Monday, but, you know, it's Labor Day. And, I don't know. I guess if I have a low, because honestly nothing really bad happened yesterday, I would say that, like, this was always a day growing up, the Monday that was Labor Day was always a day I was the least looking forward to. Because when I was little, this was my very last day up at Cuckoo Lake for the summer. It was. I mean, for me, school would start in a couple of days. And once school started, you know, I had to commit to school. You know, I had schoolwork. As I got older, I had to do sports. You know, there was a lot to do. And unfortunately, we could no longer go up to the lake after Labor Day. I mean, some of my family members would come up here, you know, just to, you know, for the remainder of that time, you know, to do whatever it is they had to do. But for the most part, after today, when I was growing up, this would have been my, like, I wouldn't come back up here until Memorial Day weekend. Really, it would be that long. I mean, yeah. As I got older and definitely old enough to drive, I'm sure looking back, the option to come up here, even if it was just for like an hour, that would have been available to me. But, I mean, at this point in my life, if I'm going up to Cuckoo Lake, I'm going up here to spend at least one night up here. For sure. That's really how it should be. Because, you know, you get to wake up to all this behind me. But, yeah. I'm sure that for a lot of people, or by say people, I mean kids who could potentially be watching this, today is not really a day you're looking forward to either. Or maybe you are excited for school. And I shouldn't say that. I mean, as I got older and I started doing sports for, like, school, you know, like football and stuff like that, it kind of helped ease the transition into school life a bit better, because by the time I was a senior in high school, I was so actively involved with my school, again, in terms of, like, sports or whatever, that it didn't really seem, the first day of school didn't really seem so bad. Not to me, anyway. So, and don't worry, I'll do my yearly I'll do my yearly back to school address in a couple days soon. I think I'll do that Wednesday morning, because Wednesday morning would have been my first day of school growing up. So, yeah. I should probably get going. My high is, I mean, it's been 3 days in a row, and they've all been great. Yesterday was, I mean, we celebrated my grandma's 89th birthday, and it was wonderful. It was about as good of a day as you could hope for. I mean, this year we did things differently. I mean, under normal circumstances, if my mom didn't have like knee surgery, my my mom probably would have made something, which would have been fine. But this year, she just had knee surgery, so we decided to keep things a bit simple. I mean, you can make your own hors d'oeuvres, you can bring your own hors d'oeuvres if you want to. But in the end, we just had a pizza and a sub tray, which is nice. Cheese and pepperoni pizza, nothing too fancy, and a sub tray. It was all very good. Who doesn't like a good sub tray every now and again? And it was great. And I made my guacamole and my aunt's legendary artichoke dip. A friend of ours made corn salsa. We had shrimp and cocktail sauce. We had cheese and crackers. We had chips, and my mom made her French onion dip. It was awesome. It was a lot of food. It was a great day. And let's see. What else happened? That was really about it. We went for a boat ride for a little bit. We had family come up. It was just a great day, It was really about as good of a day as you would like. And my act of kindness was that I, helped prepare everything and put things away. My nephews stayed for the night. I helped watch them. It was nice. It was honestly like, that was always really one cool thing about Labor Day weekend that I never really appreciated up until just recently. Like, because my grandma's birthday would be August 31st, meaning Labor Day was like right next to it, right? And Labor Day weekend, we'd always have like a big celebration for my grandma. And yeah, I guess it was kind of like a mixed bag. Because on the one hand, yeah, I'd be sad that it was my last weekend up here before I had to go back to school. But if you're going to have one last weekend up at Cuca Lake before you go back to school, do it up right, have a big party with lots of food, family, stuff like that. It's great. It's wonderful. And that's exactly what yesterday was. Man, I'll tell you what. I think of all the Labor Days I've ever lived in my life, the one before I first went to middle school, that was a big one. Seriously, like, the entire summer before I went to middle school, I did nothing but, like, not cry, but I had, like, nightmares about going back to school. Because, here's the thing. I went to St. Mary Mother from kindergarten to 6th grade. Going into 7th grade, that was when I first went to Horseheads Middle School, and going to a new school, it's a pretty big change. It's a substantial change. You're going to a new school, new environment. And you're going to see lots of new people. Some good, some bad. Thankfully, though, a bunch of people from St. Mary Mother also went to Horseheads, so it kind of helped ease the transition. It's just the middle school was so big and there were so many students that it was rare if I saw any of those people from St. Mary Mother. So, kind of a mixed bag, but nothing too bad. And, now that I think about it, I think I had an easier time transitioning from middle school to high school than I did from elementary school to middle school. I really think I did. Because, like, the first day of 7th grade, I was a wreck, man. I was, like, crying. Like, I did not want to go. My father had to yell at me saying, "Nick, you're a man, go to school." And so, yeah. High school, I didn't do any of that at all. But I guess that was when I was first doing football, and that eased things a little bit. Plus, I guess it also really helped that some of the older kids who were playing football too gave us like some advice in terms of transitioning into high school, because listen, for those of you who are about to go into like a new school, like say you're going from elementary school to intermediate school, or intermediate school to middle school, or middle school to high school, if you're about to go to a different like school, yeah, it's a big change. It's a big transition, and I'll touch on more of this when we get to Wednesday. But just know that you're not alone. Lots of people are going through this change, and you know, it's like, just get to that first day, and I promise things get a bit better. So yeah, in terms of what my plans are today, not really much. I mean, how do you follow up? I mean, I had 3 really great days in a row. September, like today could be October 1st, and I'd be like, this was like the greatest month ever. I mean, again, we still have an entire month to go, and there's still plenty of stuff that's happening in the month of September I'm really looking forward to. I mean, Horseheads has their home opener. I'm totally going to that game. It's going to be awesome. I'm still coming up to the lake for a couple more weeks. That'll be fun. Plenty of opportunities to jump in the water like I just did. Enjoy the lake view. Honestly, now that I'm an adult and I don't have to worry about school, coming up to Cuca Lake at this time of year is kind of a blessing in disguise. I mean, sure, businesses are going to get a little slow for some places in the area because, families don't come up here during the school year. But that's not to say they won't visit for a weekend. And again, you have Hammondsport on one end of Cuca Lake and Penn Yan on the other. They have schools there. They have students. You got people who live up here year round. So it's not like everything's totally bleak and abysmal up here when the school year happens. Honestly, it's what you do with your time up here that really matters. And I have to say, like, if I was a kid and I was about to go to school in a couple days, and someone were to ask me if this was the best summer ever, well, actually, I don't really know how I would answer that, because there was a bunch of things I did this summer that I really could only do as an adult that I couldn't do as a kid. I mean, for one thing, I couldn't drive until I was 16. So going from place to place, going to all the places I like to eat, that clearly couldn't have happened. I mean, some of these places up in Cuca Lake I didn't even know about until I was in my early 20s. So that's another thing right there. But in context, yeah, this summer was pretty great. In fact, you know what? In spite of the fact that, because again, for many years, my mom's side of the family would come up here for a week and we'd spend time, and we didn't really do that this year, or last year for that matter. But I have to say, in spite of the fact we didn't do it this year, I have to say, I think this summer was better than 2021. I really think so. I mean, again, it's still a bit early to say that. I still have a few more weeks until we stop coming up here for the year, and anything could happen. But right now, if summer were to end and I would have to do something like go back to school, or if for whatever reason I could no longer come up here, I'd be okay. I'd be sad, but I'd be okay. I would adjust. I'd move on. I would tell myself I had a great summer. I'd be able to tell myself that, I had fun. Although I will admit, because again, only in recent years have I really discovered that I have depression. So I had no idea seasonal depression was a thing until not even 2 years ago. So all those years, the end of summer would just hit me so hard, and I have no idea why or nobody to talk to about that. But I'm okay now. I mean, yeah, summer ending, it's horrible. It's sad. Nobody likes it. But it's what we all gotta do. And, there's so much to look forward to in the coming weeks that I can't help but be excited. And, it overlaps with going to Cuca Lake for a little bit. So I guess as more stuff I'm looking forward to happens as it comes, and we're slowly not coming up to Cuca Lake anymore, it's going to ease that transition into, no longer going up to Cuca Lake every weekend. But again, just take things one day at a time. It'll be okay. And yeah, today's Labor Day, guys. Most people would love to take this time and have a wonderful day. I'm going to. Gonna get this video uploaded, and then I'm gonna do whatever. I'm not entirely sure what I'm gonna do yet today, though. I've got there's a few things I can do, but honestly, right now I'm going to enjoy this day. I'm gonna have a good time, play with my nephews, probably go for a boat ride or two, and yeah, get ready to watch some football this week. Man, the NFL's starting this week. Horseheads has their first home opener. I'm excited. It's gonna be awesome. And after Horseheads home opener, I'm gonna come right up here and I'll be doing this again. Yep. Right now, that's the plan for this week, and I'm sticking to it. I hope you like this video. If you did, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow me on social media. As always, I am very humbled that I made this video for all of you guys watching. Enjoy for today. Hopefully, have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Monday, and happy Labor Day, everyone. And remember, if you guys want to talk, channel, we're here to lend those right back. Take care and make good choices. Circle 7 all day, baby. Oh, actually, before I end this video, funny story. A friend of mine responded to my video about how I saw Claudia Hoyser at the Swits on Saturday. She saw Claudia Hoyser yesterday, and she thought she was awesome. So, shout out to my friend. Shout out to Claudia Hoyser for being awesome, and happy Labor Day.